Hey guys, Yu-Gi-Oh! Addict here. This is my updated build for my Dark Synchro deck. Right now, just because the format's getting a lot faster, I'm going to be running a Skill Drain DaD deck. So, Barbaros, Skill Drain, that whole deal. Anyway, to get started with the deck, we have one Dark Arm. You guys should know what he does right now, by now. He allows you to go for, pushes early game, try and get the win, or you can bait out warnings, judgments, whatever. And, yeah, he's just an overall pretty good card. Moving on, we have the two Barbaros. Should be self-explanatory with Skill Drain. They act as 3,000 beaters with it out, but you can just normal summon 1,900 without it. Basically, if you can get one of these and protect it, you should have game. One of these in like a Stardust, Skill Drain, like a Solemn Judgment or something, then you're golden. Next, we have the D-Hero engine. One Defender, since I'm running 3 Skill Drain. 2 Malicious, and Stratos. Since you don't have 2 or 3 D-Draw, you only need these 3 Destiny Heroes just to keep it, just so you can always have a D-Draw target. But you don't want them clogging your deck because their effects are not that outstanding. As for Stratos, he's just your basic floater. You guys should know what he does by now. He's only been out for like 5 years, 6 years. Defender, pretty obvious. You're running Skill Drain, 2,700. 4-star, acts as a huge wall, kind of like a Spirit Reaper. Then you have the Malicious. That's basically part of your main Synchro engine. So, yeah. Next we have 2 Caius. The 6 stars are partially the reason why you always run Caius. It really helps out a lot. The card kind of acts like a mini Dark Armed in a sense, but at the same time you mostly use it to bait out the Bottomless, the Warnings, the Solemns, get rid of problem monsters. It's just an overall versatile card, but I only run in one run too, so that I don't clog too much and conflict with Barbaros. Then we have 2 Trooper, which is right now I feel the best offensive floater in the game. This card, if you get lucky, you can mill off like a Plague and a Malicious with it, but that usually doesn't happen. You normally just want to use it to bait out removal and stuff, being a floater and all. So, next we have 2 Tomato. I generally don't like Recruiters this format, but I feel in decks like this, they're necessary. Basically, you set it, they attack into it, you grab whatever off of it, and you know the whole deal by now. Then we have Sanyan, which acts the same as Tomato, but it adds to your hand, basically. 1 Armageddon Knight. I'm running this because I don't have a Grapher, although it is kind of nice because it goes well with Mystic Tomato. So, then for the 4 tuners to finish off the monsters, we have Gale, 2 Krebins, and a Plague. Gale right now I feel is the best overall tuner in the game. I think it's always been that way with Gale. It's basically a normal summonable 2600 beat stick. So, well, a 3-star 2600 beat stick tuner. Then you have the 2 Krebins, which work really well with Emergency Teleport. I prefer these in decks like this because at least they have a purpose as opposed to Diva, and Diva also conflicts with Skill Drain, and I want the deck to be as non-conflicting as possible. Then we have Plague Spreader, which is pretty obvious as well. You dump it with Armageddon usually. Then we have our engine. I do not run the Gold Sarks in this build because this build plays a slower paced game than most of the other ones. This is your draw engine right here. Basically, with these guys, you can get everything you need to sift through your deck and whatnot, and get your cards, and overall just be a really fast deck. I'd say in terms of speed, with 6 Sands being the fastest, and the slowest being Final Countdown, this deck's probably like just barely below Sam's, but still faster than like Doppelboy or Plants and whatnot. That's before they get Hyper Library, and then they're going to be really fast, actually. But, yeah. This deck is semi-fast. You're going to want to play more of a passive-aggressive game with it, though. You're going to want to, explode when the time's right. Don't let go of your stuff prematurely, or as I like to put it, don't blow your load before... Don't prematurely blow your load, basically. Yeah. Basically, you don't want to be a Leroy Jenkins, there we go, if you get the reference. Next we have a Teleport. It's pretty obvious with Krebins. Then you just have your 4 basic staples. I've explained the reason why I don't run MST in my other Dark Synchro vids. I've also explained why I prefer Giant Trunade. Next we have 3 Skill Drain. Should be obvious. The cards are really, really good. I'm running 3 right now instead of 2, just because I want the best chance of drawing it as possible in a fast format like this. Just like when I played this deck for a while back during the X-Saber format. Well, the first X-Saber format. Next we have 2 Black Horn of Heaven. These are replacing Solemn Morning, and they can stop a lot of like Synchro Summons, DaD, JD, Gyzaris, etc., etc. It stops all inherents. It can stop your opponent's random Cyber Dragon plays. Overall, it's a pretty good card. We have 2 Wing Blast. I'm running these mostly because they can help discard the Plagues, the Maliciouses, and the other dead cards. And I'm also running them just because they're big disruptors of plays, which I feel is important in fast formats. I feel that if you can disrupt your opponent's first big swarm in a format like this, then you can usually win against them. Because a deck like this is only slightly slower than Sam's or that, and adding in the fact that it's unaffected by Skill Drain and you're only slowing down your opponent, you're going to be perfectly fine. Next we have 1 Mirror Force, 1 Solemn, 1 Torrential, and 1 Trap Dust Shoot. All of these are staples. Trap Dust Shoot's really good with the dualities and the Allure and the D-Draw. You can draw into it usually. So, this is the deck so far. This is probably going to be the build I'm running for the rest of the format. I also have a pretty deadly build with Solar Recharge and stuff. That's also really consistent, but I don't have all the stuff for it yet. I'll test that one out though and let you guys know if it tests well. So yeah, peace.